Well, this adventure started with me leaving Alpine, heading home, and meeting Wayne Barlow at the house. Wayne and I started the police department at the same time. He started like 3 days before I did. I retired at 25 years. He retired at 26 years. And now that we're both retired, we just go do stupid stuff. And this time we're going to do something incredibly stupid. You ready?
Ready to go?
Which is go to the Arctic, try to kill a caribou. So I can't explain how vast Alaska is. We drove for 2 days, almost 1,000 miles to get into the hunting. So the only way I can explain it, I guess, is if you left Prattville or Montgomery, Alabama, and drove to Washington, D.C., you could have done it faster than what we did. Right here, we're crossing over the Yukon River. This was a long video. I just stuck the little DJI camera. It's got a magnet and stuck it to the van. That's why it's kind of a little crooked. But I thought it was pretty cool. We're crossing over the Yukon River. Yukon River is bigger than the Alabama River. That is a big river. So anyway, we were driving, and we couldn't drive it all in one day. We ended up stopping in Coldfoot and getting a good night's sleep, got gas, and gas was not cheap. I think it was $7.50 a gallon in Coldfoot. And we're driving this big old van with a V8 engine in it. I want to say I filled it up, it was $200. But here's us crashing in the van. I slept in the front seat. Wayne slept in the back. We had some foam mats, and I'd piled them up, and he slept on the foam mats. Now, poor old Wayne didn't sleep a lot, because if you know me, you know I snore. So he did the best he could. He was a trooper about it. But I slept really, really good the entire trip. So when we get to Aitken Pass, this is what we're facing. It's snowing. August 19th, it was my birthday when we got up there, and it was snowing.
A grizzly bear.
As soon as we got over Aitken Pass, we
yards
could
away.
see there was a grizzly bear running, and Wayne was able to throw the the binoculars up to his telephone and get that footage. So we are at the campground now, and Gilbert Lake is where we're at, and it's right past Aitken Pass, right over the Brooks Mountain Range, but we're still about 3,000 feet high, surrounded by mountains, and this was the only day it snowed. It got back up to the 50s, and the snow melted off. But as you can tell, it's tundra everywhere. We were having a time trying to find caribou. We drove into Dead Horse.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Standing there.
Can't
in
buy a
town
caribou,
where
come
you
to
can't
town.
hunt. Piles of them.
And there's 6 of them right here.
So the
Seven,
next day we
sorry.
wake up and we head out,
Most
and
of them bulls.
we were given a heads up that there were not any caribou in the area where we were camping. They were about 50 miles down the road at a place called Happy Valley. Now, Happy Valley is in between where we were at and Dead Horse. So we got up, drove the 50 miles. We got our packs ready, and I carried probably 35 pounds. I think Wayne was carrying maybe 40 when we headed out. And the only thing I can tell you about tundra,
Yep.
it
terrible.
is the backyard to hell, is what people call it. So if you could imagine putting a 10-pound weight on each one of your feet, soaking them with a water hose, walking across a basketball court that is completely full of basketballs, and you have to step up over the basketballs when you step, and occasionally you step on the basketball, and when you do, it rolls side to side. It was horrible. We tracked our happy butts out there 2.5 miles, and it took us over 4 hours to get out there. And that's at that point we decided, no, I don't, because if we kill a caribou, we're going to have to, it's going to take 10 hours to get out to the hunting land. So you have to walk 5 miles. to get to where you can legally hunt with a rifle. And if it's going to take 10 hours to get out there, it's going to take 3 more trips to get the caribou in. It's just impossible. So we pulled the plug. We came up to Galbraith Lake and hiked out here. And now we are 3,000 feet high, so we had what we call low tundra. It's almost like walking on a little mat. It was so much nicer. We walked out 6.5 miles, and it took 2.5, 3 hours to get out there, and we were hunting. The problem was there was nothing to hunt. The view, as you can tell, unbelievable. Just God's country. But yeah, there we are. The distance was 5.63 miles. But we were able to glass all day. We never saw anything. And we packed it up, went in, and got, there's nothing there. So we pulled the plug, said, let's go back down south. And we went to Denali. Now, you cannot hunt in the Denali National Park, but there's something called the Denali Highway. It goes from Denali, Cantwell. It goes from Cantwell, Alaska to Patterson, Alaska. It's about 190 miles. So we pack up, start heading out. As you can see, there's Dall sheep there. So we saw Dall sheep, muskox, grizzly bears, caribou. It's a great hunt. Great. I mean, you can't ask for a better situation in hunting other than we didn't kill anything. So this is us going back down at Attican Pass. But we're heading over to the Denali Highway. And this is where I messed up. I swear that the moose season opened September 1st, but apparently it didn't open the weekend before. So there were tons of moose hunters out there. People riding the roads on their four-wheelers, and I mean, they
only 194 more miles of this till we get to Fairbanks.
They're loving every minute of it.
Moose season because they all get pushed out. But we had stopped in Fairbanks, spent the night there in a hotel, took a shower, washed the van because it was filthy, as you can see, and then got it all cleaned up, and we headed out to Denali Highway. If you have the opportunity to come up here, I would recommend driving the Denali Highway. Absolutely stunning. There's parts you can stop and see 15 miles, and beautiful trees. Just it's stunning, beautiful. Well, Wayne, when he flew home, he gave me a big old hug, told me thank you, and then he, I was a little worried because you come up and you kind of want to go hunting, you want to get something, you want to kill something, but he just had the best time. He said it was one of the best hunts he's ever been on. And the last day we hiked up to this waterfall, and the day he was going home, then we went to the Alaska State Fair, and here Wayne is riding a fish so he can get a free T-shirt. And he was wearing his free T-shirt, and then I did it so I could get a free T-shirt, and I gave him my T-shirt to give to Paula. But I'm gonna tell y'all, that was one of the best hunts I've had. I love Wayne. It was great getting to spend time with him, and just driving 2,000 miles across Alaska. If you ever have the opportunity to do something like this, take it. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was long. Had a lot to go over, and if you have any questions, give me a holler, and have a great day.